Lights on. Fire!
The most famous fashion designers in the U.S. today have been asked to forecast what Eve will look like in AD 2000. One idea is a dress that can be adapted for morning, afternoon, or evening. It's the sleeves what does it. Apparently in AD 2000 we shall be having a hair-raising time. Yet another designer goes so far as to believe that skirts will disappear entirely. Shoes will have cantilever heels, and an electric belt will adapt the body to climatic changes. The lightly clad woman of tomorrow, ooh, swish, will move in an atmosphere that's scientifically kept at the right temperature. The future bride in a wedding dress of glass. What the groom will wear, apart from a worried look, isn't mentioned. A dress of aluminium, with a sash to change it for afternoon or evening, and an electric headlight to help her to find an honest man.
No one can clearly foresee the city of the future, but the appearance of any city of any period of history is a direct outcome of the social, economic, and technical conditions then existing. The cities of the future would be laid out to a master plan. Streets and buildings no longer haphazard but harmoniously related. Structural ingenuity would of course go on producing unusual forms, perhaps suspension bridge apartment houses. These would surely provide wide vistas for the bridge dwellers and perhaps gratify the very human desire for novelty and romance. There must be broad avenues, providing trees and ease of movement, with light and pure air for all buildings. New centres of leisure would arise, around which we would live, fully participating in the sports, the arts and the sciences, in fact in all the activities which make life worth living. Here's a peep through a future window of the world. This monster plane will carry 600 passengers, and the huge wing and double fuselage houses luxurious lounges and reading rooms. It will speed from London to New York in a day. Future aerodromes will be centres for highway, skyle and rail carriers. Landing on top of the huge aerodrome, planes will taxi to a ramp, descend to a lower level and discharge their passengers. At still lower levels, motor highways, railroads and pneumatic mail tubes will have terminals. Here's a ship which has the streamlined form which ocean liners of the future may take. The streamlining is the shape of an object so that it will cause the minimum turbulence of the air passing round. The porpoise, one of the fastest things that swims, is a splendid example of nature's streamline. The body, the fins and tail are all curved and have their blunt ends tapering towards the rear. In designing this ship, the streamline principle has been applied to the entire superstructure. This rounded, unbroken surface from stem to stern not only reduces wind resistance of an ocean-going yacht, is based on streamline principles. The deck coverings can be rolled back in fair weather. The future will no doubt see streamlined ships which will be faster, more comfortable and safer than anything we know today.
We like the things that we like as human beings. We like feelings, we like experiences, and whatever product gets us close to that, that's the product that we go with. It's not about the technology. If the technology can get us there, great, but it's about the experience and it's about the feelings.
A lot of the most successful recent startups are design-driven companies. You think about Airbnb or Uber or Pinterest. You know, these are companies that really have the user experience at their very core. That's something that 10 years ago we didn't see.
There are huge improvements about the way that we can do things. You know, if anyone who has a design thinking approach or mindset, you look at the world and go, why does it work like this when we could redesign this and make it so much better? And there's a fight, and it's a fight going on right now. And you could see all the problems that come from that fight, and there will be winners and losers, you know, and the losers are the people where the world is changing and they don't know how to react to it. So they try to stop the change, and they will fail.
I think there is definitely a shift between design that used to be just for products and bringing products to market, and now design that helps facilitate an experience or a service or improve a service even. Really good design can make an experience of interacting with the brand 10 times better. And it's really important that we're cognizant of that, and we're involved in making sure that we're not just putting window dressing on things. Making the experience better is everything. I think it's really good to give a voice to design and be articulate about why design is important for society. And we should continue to do that as much as we possibly can. I think governments and leaders should look to the input that design brings to society as a whole. It has a tremendous impact on finance, has a tremendous impact on the success of a country. And it will take time, but people in leadership roles, as senior kind of people who run countries, need to realize that design isn't just something that you do as play at school. It's something that you do in order to further society and make society more interesting. It's as important as mathematics, as science, as all the things as children we're brought up to believe are the kind of things that you should go off and have a serious career doing. Design is a serious career. It's also really fun, but it can have a tremendous impact on people's lives.
I think this is, and I said it in my presentation, I think this is an amazing time to be a designer. I think the opportunities are just expanding, and the profession is expanding, and we have more influence than we've ever had before. We've got huge opportunities. I'm really, really hopeful and really optimistic about the future of design. I also think that it's a challenging time. I think that in order to take advantage of the opportunities, we need to be very, very sharp. We need to be really, really clear and nimble and bold. We need to be able to take risks. We need to be able to take those kinds of big risks and be bold in that way. If we don't, then 10 years from now we could be sitting here saying we blew it. We had our chance. We could be sitting here saying, do you remember back in 2016 when everything looked great and then it went away? I hope that's not the case. I don't think it will be, but I think we need to be very sharp in order to avoid that.